into reality. So I hope everybody is doing well. Yeah.
Oh, the words from the pages change your world. Your world. They can change your heart. They can change your mind. They can change your life. One can change your world.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator and founder of New Black Wall Street. I want to say thanks so much for tuning in tonight as we're going back into our Boss Vet series where the entrepreneur invest in you and try to help you get your business off the ground, help you expand your products and services that you're looking to bring to the market. Basically, you have a concept, you have a venture, you have something that you're looking to accomplish. Maybe you need a little help, a little guide along the way. So we're going through the book, The Execution Pipeline, how to turn your business idea from dream to reality. We're moving into the next section, which is going to be differentiating your brand. Tonight's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, True Detergent, black-owned and manufactured right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep by giving us a call at 678-851-2400. True Detergent's 101-ounce bottle for $15 is HE certified. That's 15 cents per wash. Now, here's the question. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. The question is, are you going to practice what you preach, which is practicing group economics and having your dollars circulate right back within your very own community by switching to a black-owned company? True Detergent, make the switch. Now, we are doing nationwide shipping as well, but just give us a call, 678-851-2400. Let us know how many bottles you're looking to order, and we'll get that out to you right away. That's 678-851-2400. Hey, Cookie, how are you doing? Thanks so much for joining in. Miss Wanda, how are you? Thanks so much for joining in. Now, ERGJ Enterprises, we do have a few things coming up that you need to be aware of. I want to make sure that you are aware of these offerings that are coming up. So give us just a second here as I update everything. So tomorrow is Thursday. Yes, tomorrow's Thursday. So we do have our Bitcoin investment session coming up tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that. And as you get signed up, if you want to learn about digital currency, want to learn about this currency that's actually trading at a higher multiple than gold right now, then you want to go ahead and sign up for that. We're going to have that coming out. We're going to be doing our introduction to Bitcoin investing tomorrow. So we'll make sure you get signed up for that. As soon as that pops up, I'll pull that up on the screen. That's while we're waiting on that, I'll keep on going. We do have our kids vest session this Saturday. So this is going to be a place where you can actually have your kids come learn about money, come learn about investing. We're going to be teaching them the cash flow quadrants. Now, let me ask you this. How good would it have been for you if you were in the 4th grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, and you learned about the cash flow quadrants, how there are different ways in order for you to make money? Well, we're going to teach your kids that this weekend on Saturday. So you want to go ahead and get signed up for that. This is one of those things, guys. We can talk about how they're not teaching us about money in school, or we can do something about it. Well, here's the opportunity for you to do something about it. The school's not going to teach it, but we do. And you can actually sign your kid up to learn about that on Saturday. So that's going to be for elementary students and middle school students. That's going to be basically from the 4th grade through the 8th grade. If you have a kid in that area, you want to go ahead and get them signed up so they can learn about money. We have to stop the I wish syndrome. I wish I would have learned about that when I was younger. I wish someone had taught me about that when I was younger. Well, here's the deal. We are offering it. It's up to you as the parent to make sure that you allow your kids to come to a class like this. I wish this was available to me when I was in the 4th grade. Well, now it is available, and we can do something different to make sure that our kids learn about money. And then also we have coming up as well, next week on Saturday, we got 2 things coming up. Next week on Wednesday, we have our introduction into commercial shipping. We actually have a special guest coming from the United States Parcel Service to come speak with us about shipping. So if you are a work at home business and you want to learn how you can actually begin to ship at a cheaper rate and how you can get into this commercial space of shipping, well, then you want to go ahead and make sure you sign up for that. That's something that we have coming up as well from New Black Wall Street. Many of you guys are going to be shipping out a lot of different products and services. Well, you want to know how you can do that for a much cheaper rate and get the best rates possible. So you want to go ahead and sign up for that. We're going to have that coming up next Wednesday. We also have something else. I haven't set up the Eventbrite for it yet, but that's going to be your introduction into equity investing. So that's coming up on Tuesday. I'm going to be setting that up tonight. We'll release that out to you guys tomorrow. So anyway, that's it for the comment for our our offerings that are coming up. We offered to you the Bitcoin investing on Thursday, the Kids Vest class on Saturday, the introduction to commercial shipping next Wednesday, and then also the power equity of equity funding. We'll have that coming up on Tuesday. We just don't have that set up just yet. I'll be working on that tonight. Anyway, you can find all the information and more at www.ergj.net. And in case you want to get the book that we'll be going through tonight, The Execution Pipeline, you can find it at ergj.net as well. Just scroll down to the recommended read section, and that's where you will find that information. So for some, oh, there we go. So what we're talking about here, this is the execution pipeline. We are in the chapter of moving into Chapter 8, which we're talking about differentiating your brand. So just kind of give you a quick recap for those who are this their first time here. You want to make sure that you have your notes here tonight, because this is a time where you're going to be getting a lot of information in order for you to be able to make better decisions as it relates to your building your business at the end of the day. So step one was you wanted to develop a focused concept. Step one was develop a focused concept. Step two, you wanted to measure the concept value. Measure the concept value. Step three, you wanted to create a long-term vision. Create a long-term vision. Step four was shaping your short-term mission. Shaping your short-term mission. Step five, crafting a strategy. You wanted to develop a strategy for how you're going to actually go out and do business. Step six, you want to penetrate the market. Penetrating the market. And then step seven was defining your success. Defining your success. So step 9 or 8, which we're moving into tonight, as it relates to you, turning your business idea from dream to reality, is differentiating your brand. Differentiating your brand. Everybody put that in comments below. Differentiating your brand. Now, in case you're watching us on some other platform, maybe in another group, maybe you're on my personal page, you want to come on over to ERGJ Enterprises. That's where you can actually interact with us as we go through tonight's session on how to turn your business idea from dream to reality. Step 8, differentiating your brand. How important is your brand, guys? You want to differentiate your brand. One of my favorite books of all time is Zag by Marty Neumeyer. He explains the strange title of his book in the excerpt below. As the pace of business quickens and the number of brands multiplies, it's customers, not companies, who decide which brands live and which brands die. As an overabundance of lookalike products and Me Too services is forcing customers to search for something, anything, to help them separate winners from the clutter, the solution, when everyone zigs, you zag. When everyone zigs, you zag. So he says, I love Marty's perspective on zagging versus zigging. I'm not sure Ralph Lauren products are any better than Old Navy products in terms of quality, yet the average consumer pays more for a Ralph Lauren shirt than the Old Navy shirt. Why is that, right? Why is that? The irony is their strategy is that in addition to the consumers they intentionally target, their differentiating brand also hooks a lower financial tier of consumers who's also bought into the brand. Ralph Lauren's target demographic includes professionals with an affluent life of selling, horseback riding, and playing rugby or polo. But they also target the much larger market of people who want to associate with prestige and luxury. We call this larger market their target psychographics. Target psychographics. As you think about your launch or your expansion, as you think about creating this business concept, or expanding your products and services, narrow the demographics and psychographics of your target customer. You have to narrow them down, because if you try to be all things to all people, you'll end up being nothing to no one. Let's repeat that again. If you try to be all things to all people, you'll end up being nothing to no one. How many guys could honestly say you think you have this problem where you try to be all things to all people? And I continue to tell you guys, I'm so glad that I'm an entrepreneur, because I understand who my customer is. And I have no problem telling someone no. I have no problem telling someone I cannot help you, because I know who my customer is. Do you know who your customer is? See, too many of us are trying to be all things to all people, and then we end up being nothing to no one. That's probably, I could probably stop right there as far as what we need to learn tonight. You do not need to be all things to all people. Everybody is not your customer. Everybody put that in the comments below. Everybody is not your customer. That's probably the biggest takeaway I think that I can give you tonight, that everybody is not your customer. They're just not, right? I just was watching a Facebook Live from a friend of mine. She was just talking about this whole thing during the True Detergent. You know, people got to ask all these questions. They don't know, you know, if they want to buy or not and all this stuff just about some detergent. That's not your customer. Everybody is not your customer. And again, I want to also tell you this. You do not want to allow people or potential customers to waste your time. Let me just stop right here. I got to go in for just a minute. You cannot allow people or potential, these are people who not even spent a dime with you, not supported you in any way. You cannot allow them to waste your time. Your time is your most precious asset. While they're wasting your time, you could be out going and getting another customer, probably 2 or 3 customers, while they're sitting there wasting your time. 7 billion people on the planet, most of which will not be your customer. So I got to ask you, as a business owner, as a aspiring entrepreneur, as someone who's in business looking to expand your services, have you recognized yet who is and who is not your customer? Everybody is not your customer. You cannot be all things to all people. If you try that, you'll end up being nothing to no one. So once you place value on your time, you will stop wasting your time. Repeat that again. Once you place value, see, here's the deal. I said this I went to lunch today, had a business lunch today, and I said to the lady, I said, you got to understand the difference, right? You have to understand how, let me ask you this. How much is your time worth? How much is your time worth? This is a very important question for you to evaluate for yourself, for your business, for whatever it is that you do. Why? Because how much your time is worth is not necessarily how much you get paid for your time. I'll repeat that again. How much your time is worth does not necessarily equal how much you get paid for your time. In other words, you could be getting paid $20 an hour right now, right? But is your time really worth $20 an hour? See, your time, it could be worth $100 an hour. It could be worth $200 an hour. I don't know how much your time is worth. I know how much my time is worth. But once you put a value on your time, then you'll begin to see how much you get paid for your time start to elevate or decrease based on how much you value your time. Why do I say that? Because what happens is once you put a value on your own time, you'll stop doing things that do not equate to what you put your value on. In other words, you can say, hey, you know what? My time is worth $150 an hour. And if that's true, then I can no longer do $50 an hour things. You just won't entertain it because it doesn't match your value for your time. You'll begin to create products and services which go above and beyond the value of your time. You'll say, well, why would I do this $10 activity when my value is $150? I'll pay someone else to do the $10 activity. I'm going to focus on the $150 an hour activities, the $300 hour activities. Once you place value on your time, you'll stop wasting your time. How much is your time really worth? Woo! There are ways. So again, if you try to be all things to all people, you'll end up being nothing to no one. There are ways around this issue, but you have to carve out a niche for your concept, organization, or business. Keep in mind that the smaller the niche, the more important it is for you to differentiate your brand. For example, If you want to become the dominant brand in the soft drink, denim, or salad dressing markets, you have a lot of big names to compete with. These markets are highly competitive, difficult to penetrate, and costly to acquire initial customers. Such a dream is not impossible, but it is implausible. You can spend your life and 2 to 3 generations more trying to accomplish this mission. An established multi-billion-dollar company in a beverage market can eat you alive. This doesn't mean you can't create the next big thing. Twitter didn't exist a decade ago, but today it holds a market cap valuation just under $30 billion and trades at just under $50 a share, which isn't even true anymore. The tech market is unique in its fast turnover. Another decade from now, Twitter could cease to exist, which it probably will. With that success they are currently having, it does not appear likely, but we have seen it happen previously. A number of Fortune 500 companies have gone extinct less than a decade after a high valuating rating. American President Lines and Standard Register companies I interned with in college once led their industries, but disappeared 5 years later. The market is agile and consumers are fickle. You have to be willing to pivot when the market says pivot, and you must intentionally pursue differentiation. So when we start talking about your brand, you have a choice to make. You can say, with what I'm going to do, what I'm pursuing to do, what this venture is, I'm going to do it just like everybody else does it. And you'll find yourself maybe having a little success, but more often than not, you'll find yourself being eaten alive because you really can't compete with the big dogs in your industry because you're just starting out. Or you can say, well, I see what's going on in the industry. I see where the industry is headed as far as the future is concerned, and I want to be ahead of the curve. So I'm going to do this different. And this is what's going to make what I do, what we do as a company, different from everybody else. So I've got to ask you, and this could be so subtle. I've got to ask you right now, as you're thinking about whatever it is that you're looking to do, if it's brand new or whatever service you're looking to offer, what makes it different? Oh, yeah. I hope you got your notes because this is what it's all about. What makes what you are going to do or how you're going to do it different? Oh, yeah, we're going to have some time tonight. Oh, yeah, we're going to have people dropping off because they don't want to answer this. What's going to make what you do or what you offer or how you do it different? Give you some time to think about that because we're talking about differentiating your brand. How's your brand going to be different? If you're going to start a graphics design company, how is that going to be different than all the other graphics design companies? If you're going to make a t-shirt, how is that going to be different than all the other t-shirts? If you're going to start a chicken joint, how's your sauce going to be different than all the other ones? Right? How's it going to be different? Anybody? Oh, yeah, I got time. We can wait. We can sit right here for the rest of the 30 minutes that we got. How is what you're going to do, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, whatever concept you're looking to bring to the market, whatever new business venture you're thinking about, whatever service that you're looking to offer, how's it going to be different? Well, I need some Jeopardy music. Yeah. How is it going to be different? Or is it just going to be the same? So I'll give you an example. I know you could probably like, I don't know, this is a tough one. This is good. I got to put this in my notes. I mean, this is what I came here for, right? So when I started what I do, I'm a personal financial educator, certified financial educator. And when I looked at what was going on in my arena, I looked at the nonprofits, I looked at the for-profits, see what they were doing in this financial literacy space. Most of them, what they were doing was they were creating content or courses, and then they would put these courses, automate these courses, and then you could go to their website, click a little thing, buy something, and then you could get the courses on demand, right? And I was like, I don't really want to do it that way, right? I want to be different. So I don't offer on-demand courses because I found that most people will buy something and never even take it. And I want to make a difference. I don't want to just make money. So I decided what I was going to do that was different is that I would offer live classes online whenever we have our classes. So now people sign up and they have live classes. And I found that that's different, because when you have a class and you can actually ask questions and you can feel energy throughout the class and you get entertained, you have a much better time and you actually retain information versus just looking at the screen and just, I don't know, taking notes or whatever. So I found that the human element is very difficult to replace. So I actually made sure that we offer live classes. It's different. Now, it may not be as profitable. It may not be as streamlined, as efficient as everyone else is doing. But guess what? I have a market, because there are still people, older and younger, who enjoy live classes. That's what makes what I do different. So now I'm asking you, I'll give you another example, because I know you guys are still typing. I'll probably talk faster than you type. Let's see another one. My cousin has a wing shop. And obviously, you know, she's got wings and gyros and fries and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, what makes what you do different? So she's got a couple of special recipes. She's got some lemon lime fries. Never heard of it before. I'm going to try it one time, right? And she's got some black wings, which everybody just blows their mind off. She did some Falcons wings, and then she had some black wings. Like, it looked terrible, but it tastes good. But it was different, right? So what I'm asking you, I'm still waiting on someone to respond. I know it may be difficult, and I'll move on if I don't get any responses, but what makes what you're going to do different? Or what makes how you're going to do it different? Woo! Quiet up in the house of the Lord. What's going on, King? I'm Miss Bacon Bits. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Van is in the building. Van, you got anything? Van, maybe you can play with me a little bit, man. I know you got some stuff that's a little bit different. All right. I know what you're doing with your animal crackers. It's a little bit different, right? Somebody share something with me. I mean, come on. Y'all gonna learn today. You gonna have to ponder on this? Okay. I'll move on. This is why you got your notes. We come here to learn. We come here to be better. We come here to grow. I'll move on. Oh, look at this. Bacon Bit says she is working on telecommunication. I'm working on telecommunication tutoring, trying to take me out of the equation. Now that sounds different. Good stuff, man. Woo! I told y'all we're gonna have some people dropping off. They can't take this. When you start challenging the way they think, oh my goodness, I knew I was gonna lose some people on this one. It's okay though. Oh, this is not the stream for the week. All right, man. So a differentiating strategy is one of the best advantages you can give your venture. Make a list of several concepts, organizations, or companies you consider leaders in their industries. Determine what catapulted them to the top. What catapulted them to the top. Study their successes, right? Study their successes and failures, their ability to pivot, and the qualities that appeal to their customers. Do a comprehensive comparative analysis. As you learn from them, look for ways to apply the same principles to your enterprise. So at the end of the day, guys, we've said this before. This pivot that he's talking about means that when the time comes for you to make an adjustment, I continue to tell you guys, you're either going to evolve or you become extinct. And that's what the pivot is. That moment in time where you have to make a decision as a company that you are going to evolve, or you're going to put yourself in a position to become extinct or terminated. All right, so what's the first step? What's the next section here? I know you guys are still thinking about how am I going to be different? This is very important. How are you going? Let me help you guys out. All right, somebody tell me. I think you guys need. So I'm gonna help one person tonight because I'm just feeling that much. But I already helped Bacon Bit. So who else is like, I'm stuck here. I don't know how I'm going to be different. I mean, it just seems like I'm going to be doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, but I don't know how I can be different. If you need some help, just let me know. I might be able to help you think about how you can be different, because if you're just like everybody else, you're going to get the crumbs. You're not going to get market share. You're not going to penetrate the market because you're being just like everybody else. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Let me keep moving on. 52, break the rules. All right, break the rules. Everybody put in the comments below, break the rules. This is why I'm a business coach. This is why I'm a sales coach. This is why I'm a finance coach, because I'm making you guys think about stuff you probably didn't even think about. You're probably like, I mean, I know what it's like to be stuck. Like, man, I never thought about that. How am I going to be different? And this is what you need to be putting in your notes. This is probably something that's going to take you over the weekend to think about. How am I going to set myself apart from the rest of the crowd? Break the rules. All right. So great concepts emerge when a leader develops a novel solution to a problem. Some of the best and brightest ideas have been rule-breaking in scope. Great leaders like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Peter Thiel, and Mark Zuckerberg completely disrupted cycles of commerce and entrepreneurship by deviating from tradition. Deviating from tradition. This is what they call thinking outside the box. Now, many of us, we know that we should probably think outside the box, but the reality is many of us have been conditioned to think inside the box. You can be on a job for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, at school and growing up and going through college and getting a job. That's a whole bunch of in-the-box thinking, right? Because if you say, okay, let's just take Common Core, for example. That's just another way to solve problems. Well, why do I got to solve it that way if I can solve it this way? They both come out with the same answer, but I'll get marked wrong if I don't do it your way. That's thinking inside their box. So we've been conditioned to think inside the box. So sometimes it's very difficult to think outside the box until you free your mind. Everybody put in the comments below, free your mind. When you free your mind, then the rest will follow. What's going on, Justin? How are you? Think outside the box. It's a lot easier said than done, especially if you've been conditioned for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of your life to think inside the box. How in the world are you going to all of a sudden start thinking outside the box? Free your mind. That's why you might need a coach who can help you think outside the box. Rules create boxes. Look at that. Rules create boxes around all kinds of markets, including education, politics, ministry, government, nonprofit, medicine, and many others that need innovation. I remember, man, when I used to go to church, and I used to say to myself, man, they do the same thing the same way every week. It's a program. I said, well, when can we do something different? Same thing, same way every week. It's a program. A box. Think about it. Where in your life, right, are you allowed to think outside the box freely? Where? On your job? The box. Politics? The box. Religion? The box. Where in this world are you allowed to think outside the box freely with no repercussions? The box. Woo! I got them running tonight. They cannot handle this. Too funny. This is too funny to me, man. Oh my goodness. Regardless of where your concept fits, be disruptive and unorthodox in your approach. Create something new or solve a problem in a new way. Step outside the box. One simple way to begin innovating is to poll your target market and ask them what they desire. Threadless Tees built their entire business on their customers' ideas. In the saturated t-shirt market, Threadless decided to put a unique spin on production. They placed the power in the hands of the consumer by holding ongoing competitions for the consumers to submit their design ideas. Once consumers submitted their ideas, their peers vote, and the winning designers receive cash prizes from Threadless. Even better than the cash, Threadless produces the winning t-shirt so the designer can walk down the street and see someone wearing their design. The founders of Threadless came up with a simple yet powerful method to rapidly expand their business. They produce high-quality t-shirts, meet their customers' needs, and promote unique designs. Their concept disrupted a long-established industry and gathered market share in one of the most competitive spaces for market entry. The t-shirt business, saturated, one of the most competitive market spaces for market entry. This is why I continue to tell people, stop making t-shirts. If I interviewed a team member of a company, one piece of advice they will probably give us is to break conventional rules. Think of business models that will disrupt industries. Think of business models that will disrupt industries. In fact, you might even create an entirely new sector within the industry. Heck, don't stop there. Why not create an entirely new industry? Why not create an entirely new industry? Oh, that takes some thinking out of the box mentality right there. We're not ready for that. Do something new, create it. Woo! Be daring, be bold, be different, break all the rules. So here's the question that you want to answer as it relates to this section, break the rules. What rules are you breaking? What rules are you breaking? Now, I understand we're going a little bit deeper. We're getting towards the end of the book, getting closer and closer. Now it's starting to get a little, we're going a little bit deep. Free your mind and the rest will follow. So as you think about your concept, you think about your idea, you think about this thing that you want to bring to pass, I hope you got your notes. Because this is probably going to take you, through the weekend, just thinking about this section. How you can make your brand different. This is your brand. Now, if I ask you how you're different, you'll be able to tell me, I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. But now we're talking about this company that you are creating, this product or service that you're going to offer, this thing that you have, this concept. Well, how are you going to make your brand different? So what's something else that I did to make my brand different, right? What's something else that I did? Anybody want to know? What else did I do? I did this. You see that? Who else has a caricature as their logo? Different. What are you going to do to make your brand different? Ooh, y'all gonna learn today. This is too funny to me, man. I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm just laughing. I'm having a good time. All right, number 53. Highlight the concept's innovation. Highlight the concept's innovation. Ooh, I hope y'all ready for this. Maybe you've decided to compete with Ford, Coke, Facebook, Miss Fields Cookies, McDonald's, or some other industry leader. Or maybe you intend to simply localize your business and avoid competing on that level. This second option is wise at the onset of your venture because you might find there's no demand in your area. Regardless of your competitor's size, you'll need to clarify what makes your concept special. Everybody put in the comments below the word special. You need to be able to clarify what makes your concept special. Many consider Memphis, Tennessee to be the home of the barbecue restaurant market. In a city with a metro population of approximately 1.3 million people, barbecue customers have hundreds of options. With all the market saturation of barbecue restaurants, let's imagine you decide to start another one, and your goal is for your restaurant to be the best in the city. Maybe you expect success because of your secret sauce, your leadership dynamics, your location, or your method for smoking the food. You'll still have to ask, why on earth would customers who are already loyal to their favorite barbecue joint want to convert to my restaurant? You probably won't have an answer overnight. Customer acquisition challenges most businesses and nonprofit owners. Customer acquisition. is a challenge for most businesses and nonprofit owners. Customer acquisition. How are you going to convince a customer who's been using laundry detergent for the competitor for so long to try something new? Customer acquisition, right? So what do I do? Let's just talk. What do? I don't sell laundry detergent. I sell group economics. I don't sell laundry detergent. I sell group economics. I play on your psychology. Hey, this is detergent from a Black-owned company. Are you going to practice what you preach? You talk about group economics. Are you now going to make the switch? I'm not selling laundry detergent. I am selling the belief that you are going to do what you say you're going to do, which is circulate your dollar right back within your very own community. Different customer acquisition strategy. Now do you see why people call me for sales? Customer acquisition. Everybody put in the comments below customer acquisition. Customer acquisition challenges most businesses and nonprofit owners. People have options, so you have to continually pursue brand distinction, especially in the early stages of your concept. Not only are you competing with those who have pre-existing platforms in the market, you're also competing against Joe Schmo, who's entering the market the same time as you and also thinks he has the best idea. Always think with competitive creativity at the forefront of your imagination. And here's the question that you want to answer as it relates to this section. What makes you so special? What makes you so special? Woo! This one might hurt some people today. So what we're talking about today, guys, is the execution pipeline, how you can turn your business idea from dream to reality. And essentially what we're going through tonight is how to differentiating your brand. And so we've asked a couple of questions. Number one, what rules are you breaking, right? How are you thinking outside the box? And then number two, what makes you so special? What makes your concept so special? What makes your idea so special? And if you have this idea, but you're going to do it the same way that everyone else is doing it, then that doesn't sound very unique to me. So what's going to make it special? Whoo, y'all got some homework tonight because I am not getting much participation tonight. That means people are thinking, which is a good thing. So in the comments below, guys, I'd like for you to go ahead and let us know what you learned today. What's your takeaways? Because obviously I think we have a lot of homework to do in this area where we are differentiating our brands. We're setting ourselves apart from the crowd so we can capture market share. And I continue to tell you guys this, we're not in business to compete. We're in business to dominate. And the only way that you can dominate is if you differentiate yourself from your competition. So again, in the comments below, go ahead and let us know what you learned tonight so we can make sure, hey, do we need to be here tomorrow? And do we need to keep going? Or you guys quitting on me already? We ain't even got through the book. I don't know. You guys let me know. Are you guys quitting on me? Or we're going to keep moving forward? Now, what do I have for you? I don't know what I got for you. So again, we made a couple of different options. While you guys are typing, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know our offers so to make sure you guys are aware of what's coming up. We do have the Bitcoin investing tomorrow. You want to go ahead and get signed up for that. If you want to learn about Bitcoin and digital currency, we're moving to a cashless society. We have the KidVest class on Saturday. We're going to teach your elementary and middle school students about money. We actually have that class going to be going over the cash flow quadrants. How would it feel to you if you were in the 4th grade and you learned about cash flow quadrants, different ways that you can make money, right? Instead of just trading your time for money, there are different ways or different things that you can trade for money. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have the power of equity funding. Very, very important. Very, very important class. If you missed this class, I don't know what to say about you. to be in a position where you can learn about equity funding. In case you don't know what that is, instead of crowdfunding, which means that you are donating money to actually start up your company, equity funding means that you are investing money and you're actually going to get a piece of that company when they go public. So equity funding gives people, in crowdfunding, it gives them something vestable, something that they get in return instead of just a keychain. They get part of your company. Very, very important strategy. If you are a person that's saying you're going to start a company, very important. If you're saying, hey, I got big plans, I need to know about this new way of funding for my company. Instead of going to the bank, you could actually do equity. I don't know. I'm telling you, if you missed this class and you're talking about you're going to be a business owner, shame on you. And then we're going to also have on Wednesday the class on introduction to commercial shipping. All right, so I gave you a couple times to jot in the comments below what it is your takeaways are from tonight. I know you guys got to do some homework, but nonetheless, I think this is right on time. When we come to a place where it really makes us think, we change the way that we think, we'll change the results that we have in our life. And now we know that we must be different in some way. And now we just got to figure out how we're going to be different. This episode has been brought to you by True Detergent. True Detergent, black-owned and manufactured right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep in the greater Atlanta area. You can give us a call at 678. Free delivery to your doorstep. Again, another thing that's different. Who else is delivering right to your doorstep? You see what I'm saying? Free delivery to your doorstep. 678-851-2400. That's 678-851-2400. Give us a call. Order your True. It's almost time for the weekend, baby, and you got to wash some clothes. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put my number there because in case I said it too fast, I know some people want to call me. You know, we do it like that. All right, so what were your takeaways? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way and see what you guys got. So Van said he's just listening. He's soaking it all up. Miss Cookie said she's dare to be different. Need to dare to be different. Absolutely. All right, what do we got here? So Kiana says this, Miss Bacon Bits. As an educator, we use the word differentiation all the time. We differentiate our instruction and assessment based on where the student is and needs. Differentiating business sets us apart from others by providing what the customer needs or wants, but differently than the way it's already done. Ooh, that sounds like an educator talking right there. Yes, differently than it's already done. Just a slight variation could mean all the difference in you getting your customer acquisition. And that's what it's about, guys. If you don't have a customer, you don't have a business. All right? If you don't have a customer, you're going to be out of business. All right? So how can you capture customer acquisition? By being different. Well, guys, this is our time here tonight. This is the ERGJ Certified Financial Educator saying, here's the deal, man. This is the execution pipeline, and you can absolutely execute all of these steps in this strategy. I know that we're in a place right now where we need to do some serious homework, right? But that's okay, because that means that we are growing, and that means by the time we finish this process, you're going to be flying like an eagle. You know what I mean? Your business is going to be on point because you're just taking it methodically. You plan this thing out. You're thinking about stuff you haven't thought about before. You got the idea, but now you're starting to think, man, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Okay, I might want to jot this down. So hopefully you took notes tonight. If you didn't, shame on you, because just shame on you. I mean, this is for you, right? I'm taking the time out of my life to input to pour into you, to hopefully help you have the most successful venture that you can have. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, man, that it takes a village and it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You guys have a good night.